Hi, I'm Thom Dolder. This is the VP210. This is the smallest, slowest chamber style machine on the planet today. The biggest bag that you can put in this machine is a 10 by 15 inch bag, and it runs on what's called a rocker piston pump. So the nice thing about this machine is it's literally no maintenance. It's just going to chug along and do its thing. It is a little slower than the rotary oil pumps. And if you're graduating from something like a box store kind of machine, or even one of the machines that we have, like a VacUpack or a VacUpack Lite or an Elite, any of those types of machines, this is really an upgrade from any of the suction style machines. The whole bag goes inside the chamber. The bag gets evacuated while the pump is running, and then the heat seal bar jumps up, seals the bag, and lets air back in the chamber. So it operates the same way all of the chamber style machines do. The controls on it are a little bit different. The controls on this machine are accessible by buttons on the front. So just to walk through them real briefly, if you punch the set button, a light will illuminate over here, so you can change the amount of time that the pump is going to run. So on this machine, unlike the Mini Pack series, the pumps run for a timed setting. So in this case, we're running the pump for 48 seconds. You can decrease that or increase that as the package size that you put in here requires. Punch the setting button again, and you'll go to the seal time. The seal time set at about 1.4 should work pretty good. We'll test that out, and then we'll can adjust that. We need to punch the S button again. And then this is a cool down setting, so once the heat seal bar runs, then it has an additional amount of time that it will stay up against the bag, so the heat bar has a chance to cool, and that will give you a more secure seal. Now the blue button adjusts the amount of power that the heat seal bar gets. So you're either on the lower setting or a higher setting or a medium setting. And it's a quick adjustment on the heat bar. So if you're running along doing multiple packages and your heat bar starts to get a little bit hot, you can just push that blue button, and that will drop the amount of power that the heat seal bar gets and turn it into, kind of cool it off a little bit, so the dogs don't bark quite so much. No, there they go again. So the blue button adjusts the amount of power that the heat seal bar gets, so you can have it either a real hot setting, a medium setting, or a low setting. So let's put a bag in here and see how it goes. I just happen to have some soup mix left over from something we didn't vacuum pack before. Now another feature of this machine that it didn't have when it first came out was they've actually sloped the chamber a little bit. One of my first misgivings about the machine was the chambers were absolutely flat and not very deep, so it was a little more challenging to do things that were pretty wet and sloppy. Now that the chamber's been sloped a little bit, you can put pieces of fish or meat in there and not have the bag boil over anywhere nearly as much as it did before. And again, this is kind of like a hands-free operation. As long as Ed appears here in the window, all you have to do is push the lever down or push the lid down and wait till it grabs a hold of it. The gauge is going to tell you that you are creating a vacuum inside there. And once again, this is a timed setting. So I think we set this for around 45 seconds, and the indicator actually counts down, so you can tell how many seconds are left on your cycle. You want to make sure that the gauge goes up to its pretty much highest setting there, and then we'll hold there for another 10 seconds or so. And that generally gives you a real good solid vacuum in any bag that you're doing inside that chamber. So we ought to be running out about now. And then the air will get let back into the chamber. And once again, you have created a good solid vacuum in there. They do suck really quite well.